Hi friends, it's Miss Jenifer at Somerset Academy of Music, and today I'm going to show you how to play a C major scale. That's right, I'm going to take you through and show you how to play the C major scale with both the right and the left hand, 1 and 2 octaves with all the correct fingerings. Before we get started, I'd just like to thank you for watching the video and ask you, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, you can leave comments or suggestions in the comment section down below. And as always, feel free to share this video out with your friends and family. So the most important thing we need to know about the key of C major is that it has no sharps, no flats. So that means it's entirely made up of white keys. Okay, let's go through the right hand first with just the letter names. Looks like this: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Coming back down, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. So that's the letters 1 octave in the right hand. Let's go over what the fingers are for 1 octave. That would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's take a look at the left hand. I won't go over the letter names again because those are the same, but I will cover the finger numbers. They are as such: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your 3, 2, 1. Going back down, that's 1, 2, 3. Tuck your thumb to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the tricky part is when we put hands together. So since our thumbs don't play at the same time, that's where the trouble happens. But I will show you a little trick that might be helpful. So let's take a look at it slowly, hands together. Okay, so we're going to start on C, D, E. When we get to F, we're going to take our right hand thumb and tuck it under and place it on the F. Our left hand too is going to stay on the F here. Then we're going to take our hand and place it on the rest of the keys going up so it's in position to finish the scale. Now we're going to play our thumb on G in our left hand and our 2 on G in our right hand. Now we're going to take our left hand and we're going to cross our third finger over to the A, while the right hand is also using the third finger to play A. A, B, C. Okay? To go back down, we're going to do the same thing. But before we do that, let me go through the going up one more time. So we're going to do C, D, E. We're going to tuck our right hand thumb under to F. Our 2 in our left hand is still on the F. Then we're going to put our thumb on G of our left hand, our 2 on G in our right hand. Both third fingers play A, so we have to cross over in the left hand to play A, B, C. I'll do that a little smoother so you can watch my hands. Okay, so as I was saying, to go back down, we're going to do the same thing, just in reverse order. So we're going to start with both our hands starting on the higher C right here. So we're going down C, B, A. After A, your left hand thumb is going to tuck under to get ready for G. Our right hand is still going to use 2 on G. So we got 1 and 2, 1 in our left hand, 2 in our right hand on G. Then 1 on F in the right hand, 2 on F in the left hand. Both third fingers play E, so you got to cross your hand over. 3 on E's, D, C. Okay, so we go down again. C, B, A, tuck your thumb to G, F, cross 3s to E, D, C. Okay, so I'll take this slowly up and down. This is what it looks like. C, D, E, tuck your thumb, F, G, A, B, C. Coming back down. C, B, A, tuck your thumb to G, F, E, D, C. Try to also work on keeping your fingers curved when you play that and avoid when you tuck your thumb under like this. We don't want our elbow popping out. So notice that my thumb does all the work whenever you cross over or under on any scale. All right, so that's how we play the C 1 octave. So now let's talk 2 octaves. I would highly recommend mastering 1 octave. Once you get that down, come back, then you can learn how to do 2 octaves. So I'm going to go through the right hand by itself, give you the fingering, show you how we do that. Then the left hand, then we'll put it together, and I've got a really cool and helpful trick to help you when you put 2 octave scales together. There are some tricks you can use that will help. So I've come up with some tricks that I think will help with 2 octave scales, specifically with a C scale, there are 3 things you want to remember. First of all, we're going to remember where each thumb goes. So we're going to remember that the right hand thumb lands on C and F, all through the scale. The only time it doesn't would be the highest C, wherever you stop. Then you're going to put your 5th finger on C. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So our thumb goes on C, F, C, F, and then for the end, we don't want to put our thumb there. If we're going to end the scale, we're going to go with our 5. But coming back down, same thing. We're going to put our thumb on C and F. There's F, C, F, C. So that's the first one we need to remember, is where our right hand thumb goes. And where you want to put the focus is on the right hand. When you're going up, you want to think about the right hand thumb, okay? Now the left hand thumb is going, with the exception of the very first C, the lowest C, we're going to put our 5th finger there. But every other place, we're going to put our thumb on G and C in our left hand. And you can see that's where the confusion happens, because right hand thumb is on F, left hand thumb is on G, but they both land on C. That's a lot to kind of keep track of, right? Okay, so let's take a look at how my thumb always hits C and G, with the exception of the first C, our low C, we're going to use our 5. So let's take a look at that. So our thumb is on G, then C, then G, then C. Same thing on the way back down. It's going to go on G and C, G, and then we're going to end with our 5 on C. Okay, you're going to want to think about the left hand thumb on G on the way down. All right, so that's 2 things. The third thing you want to remember is that your 3rd fingers are going to play at the same time. And this is going to be useful because when you get to a spot where you have to cross over, like for example right here, do I cross 4 or 3? Because we're going to be alternating. And sometimes when you're in the middle of a scale, it's hard to remember it. Here's the trick that'll help you with that. So when you get to a spot where you're going to cross over, you look at the hand that isn't crossing. So see how my right hand 3rd finger is about to play A? Remember how we said the 3rd fingers play at the same time? That means that you're going to cross the 3, because we want the 3s at the same time. So when you get to that spot, since this hand's playing 3, I want to use this 3 here, not the 4, because we want the 3s at the same time. Okay? Now when I get here to this next transition, see how my 2 is on the D? So that means this hand has to cross 4. Because again, we want 3s at the same time. So I'm going to cross 4, because then that puts my 3rd fingers here at the same time. Making sense? One more time. Here's my 3. So that means this hand crosses 3. Okay, on the way down, you're going to do the same thing. We're going to remember that our left hand thumb goes on G, and we're going to also remember to put our 3rd fingers at the same time. Let's see what that looks like. So coming down, 3rd fingers at the same time. That happened naturally. My left hand thumb, I know it goes on G and C. So I'm going to put my left hand thumb on G. Now right here, do I cross 3 or 4? We cross 3 because right hand has 3. 3, 4. We know both thumbs go on C. So I'm at a crossing point. This hand is going to play 2. So I know this hand is not going to cross 3. It needs to cross 4. 3s at the same time. Left hand thumb goes on G. Here we go. Now, I'm at a crossing point. This hand is using 3, so this hand should cross 3, not 4. I hope that made sense. So I'm going to go through it one more time and walk you through those things to remember one more time. Okay, so we're starting on C. We know that. We know that on the way up, we want to think about right hand thumb is going to land on F and C. And we want 3rd fingers at the same time. That's what we're thinking about on the way up. The left hand will do it. If you follow those 2, if you remember those 2 things, the left hand should fall into place pretty easy. So it looks like this. Right hand thumb on F and C, 3rd fingers at the same time. Here we go. Right hand thumb on F, 3rd fingers at the same time. Both thumbs on C. Now I'm at a cross point. Here's 2, so I have to cross 4. 3s at the same time. Right hand thumb goes on F. 3rd finger in the right hand, so I could cross 3 in the left. We're at the top. We're going to come back down. Now we want to think about the left hand's thumb. The left hand's thumb is going to land on G and C, and we're going to make sure our 3rd finger's at the same time. Looks like this. Coming down. Left hand thumb goes on G. Cross point. 3rd finger in the left hand, so I'm going to cross 3 in the right. Both thumbs on C. So I'm at a cross point. This is 2, so that means I'm not going to cross 3. I'm going to cross 4. 3rd fingers at the same time. Left hand thumb goes on G. Cross point. This is 3. That makes this 3. And we did it. And you do that a couple times. Once you practice these enough, what will eventually happen is muscle memory will start to kick in. That's what you want. It takes lots of repetition to get there. Once you get the muscle memory kicked in, though, you won't have to worry about where the fingers go. They'll just remember where they're supposed to go. It does take a long while to get there, but the key to getting there faster is practicing slowly. Make sure you're always using the correct fingering every time you practice. And just do it every day. And after you do that for a few weeks, you're going to start to feel that your fingers kind of learn where they go. And this will help you so much in any song that you're playing too. Your fingers are, through the scales, we're learning so much information. We're learning a lot about theory, but we're also training our hands how to move across this keyboard. So I can't emphasize the importance of scales enough. Please feel free to come back and use this video for a reference anytime you want. As you know, as I suggested, I would start with learning one hand at a time, just like I showed you. Then put them together 1 octave, then practice putting hands together on 2 octaves, and then start to get it together. Use the tips and tricks that I've shown you here, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.